First and foremost, I guess you want to say T's and B's to Sweet T 19, because he got COVID at this very moment. So T's and P's to him. Hopefully he'll get better here soon and be back with us next week.
Yes, sir.
I'm officially the last of the Mohicans. I have yet to get COVID. Sean got COVID. Talil got COVID.
I got that shit early though. I was like, the
I
first
guess
one
got COVID too. So
I was like the COVID pioneer.
T's and P's to Talil. So let's just go ahead and start right ahead. How soon in the dating do you want sex, or do you think you should be able to have sex?
I mean, like, it depends on, like, what you should, like, technically classify as, like, dating. Like, me personally, I would rather, like, it not be, like, a set timeline. Like, you just go with the flow of things. If you failing me, then you failing me. Like, don't be failing me and then be like, no, wait, because we ain't hit our 90-day mark yet, or, like, we got to wait till our third date. That's kind of, like, corny to me. Because then it's like, that's a personal thing. Like, you need a set checklist to make you feel comfortable giving that pussy up. But the whole time, like, I'm a nasty nigga, and it's like, I know what I like, so it's like, yeah, at the same time, respectfully.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, my stance is, if y'all like each other enough to where y'all want to do it, even if it's the same day from the first day you met, I mean, if y'all want to do it, I don't care. Like, it ain't my business. And that's how I apply that to my life. Like, if I want it and she want it, so we gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in line with y'all. I don't think that there's really a specific or set time that you should wait, because I mean, if the vibe is there, like, just go with, like I always say, like, in relationships or when you dating, like, just go with the flow, bro. Like, we all grown at this point. Niggas ain't fucking young anymore. So, well, we still young, but we ain't young enough to be really on that type time where you got these 90-day rules, you got all this other shit.
Yeah,
like at this point, I would say,
self-help book shit.
Yeah, at this point in your life, you should realize that nigga will wait 90 days just to bust that joint and dip.
Right.
So
you might as well get it over early.
Just do as you please, and then on top of the fact that, like, getting into a relationship before fucking is wicked. Like,
yeah, you don't know, like, if she match you nasty. Yeah, like, everybody nasty ain't the same. Like, certain things are just in certain women that's not in other women.
Right.
It's like, you got to know your partner. You got to be willing to adjust.
Yeah, like, I couldn't imagine, like it's hella shit that can go wrong. Like, for instance, if we get in a relationship and you my girl, and then we finally try to have sex and, like, we, like, bumping foreheads, like the shit just don't, like, smoothly go together. Like,
one thing for me, like, without going too much into detail, I know about me in the morning, that's when I'm at my most aggressiveness. Some people don't like getting woke up out their sleep. Like, they don't care what it's for. Do not wake them up out their sleep. Me, personally, I can't be with somebody like that. Because me, it's 5, 6 in the morning. The first thing on my mind, like, you my girl. I look over, you looking good. It's going, yeah. So
it's like, cracked up and doing that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you got to know your partner. It's not, that's just something you have to, like, everybody is meant for everything.
Yeah, facts. So I guess my statement to the world would be, have sex when you please. Don't be going off of your homegirl's advice. Don't go off your man's advice. Don't go off of the how to find the perfect man book, because niggas got that book too.
My thing is,
like, yo,
it's just like, just carry yourself accordingly. Like, if you know, like, we know each other, we know how sexually advanced you are. Like, don't get me wrong, like, me knowing you, like, if we had sex fast, I'm not going to hold it against you, like, you some type of, like, a different type of woman for that. But I do know what you're capable of. Like, don't get me wrong, you're not any slander, because, like, you did what you wanted to do at the end of the day. Like, you can do the same thing a man can do. But don't be mad at me, like, in the future. Like, if I hold that against you, like, if you say you was only talking to dude for, like, 2 weeks, I'm like, you was only talking to me for, like, 2 weeks at that point. Like, so it's like, know what you did. And then, don't act oblivious to it. Like,
and on that note, y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because, like, easy bitches.
DJ C, spin that bitch.
Let's get it. Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. See, I ain't going for that shit you niggas saying. Heard you got extorted in that hood, so who you paying? Baby want me cuff, always ask me why I'm playing. Better watch what you saying, you don't want smoke with that man. Get it on my own, won't never ask for lending hands. Just stick to the plan, that bag I bring it in. Just stick to the plan, that bag I bring it in. Just stick to the plan, that bag I bring it in. Niggas know my style, you know I'm solid. Used to want them brand new phone pods, couldn't buy it. Love it how she talking when she suck me, shit be fire. I ain't even slept in 48 hours. Told that bitch I'm tired. Asked me where I'm from, I told her ass home of the wire. Bitch, I'm fresh as hell.
Fuck, that shit was loud.
Hey, yo.
What?
You couldn't hear me. I was telling him that, but
Are you talking to me?
yeah. Welcome back to the Cuzzies podcast. My name is Want More Ibn Moore, whichever one you want to call me. To my right, Sean with a C. The C stand for today, Steve.
C stand for COVID.
And to my left, introduce yourself, King.
Kenny G for real. You can follow me on IG at @playhardaway_. Man of many talents.
Man, stuff done. You set yourself up for that one.
How y'all feeling today, man?
I can't complain.
Yeah.
Life is good.
It's cool, yeah. Because it's finally not, it been humid as
Man,
all get out
it
the last
has,
few days. But now it's just regular hot. So
This summer
it
wasn't
got a
that
breeze
bad.
and it feel good though.
Yo, it was real
But
deal
it's
hot,
humid.
yo.
It's humid. It's crazy. I'm glad that's humid. Gotta
It's
go.
a break. It's 80-something degrees today, and it feel like it's 70 because it's
Yeah,
been so
feel
goddamn.
good.
It's been ridiculous outside.
Right.
I feel pretty good today as well. We had a good time last weekend. Because we talked about that on the pod, didn't we? Yeah, so we had a good time last weekend. A lot of people came out. Appreciate everybody that showed up. So yeah. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. How do you react if somebody compliments your girl in public? With you there, I'm sorry.
I mean, as long as if it's just a regular cool little compliment, cool. I appreciate it, buddy. But if you like trying to get disrespectful, like you trying to pick her up, like nah, bro, you see me. Like what's wrong with you? Gotta smack him upside the head or something.
I mean, personally, you gotta act like you've been there before. Like, if you used to looking good and stuff, and somebody give you a compliment, it's like you should be used to it, and it shouldn't make you like, yeah, you shouldn't be rude, like thank you and keep it going. But it's like if I'm your man, I'm gonna tell you you're beautiful every day. So it's like when somebody else tells you, it's like, okay, thank you, but it shouldn't like I ain't gonna hold it against them because they don't, yeah. But it's more about your reaction.
Yeah. It depends on the compliment. I ain't gonna lie. A simple like, you look good or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's whatever. I mean, I'm gonna
But
brush
saying,
that off.
yeah.
But if that nigga be like, yo, your ass fat
Yeah,
as
like
shit,
you fat as shit,
or
like like something you know,
some
like
wild, crazy
yeah,
shit,
don't
like,
get me wrong, like
yeah, like then I might have to turn around and address it. But I mean, I know my girl look good, so I should anticipate people, complimenting her, yeah. And I know a lot of people say it like don't date a girl that look that good if you can't handle that kind of shit. So,
but it's like my thing is like don't do too much. Like if you on IG for real, you post a picture, you look good. Niggas telling you look good, like I can't be mad at that. But you all like
you talking
thank
like out
you.
in public.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about even like even out in public too.
You
like
there, you will.
like yeah, but like just don't do too much. Don't be like, oh, all right, this and that. Like yeah, you want to wait for them to explain why they like it and certain like nah, like yeah, just act like you've been there before.
yeah, I agree. I got another question for y'all. Kind of got this question from watching. I was watching a movie. I can't really remember what movie, but it kind of just had me thinking about like, black love and black households, and I guess the stereotypes that come along with that. How a lot of times people say, black families are broken families and stuff like that. So I was just wondering, like, where did you get your depiction of love, black love, whether that was in your household, through a movie? Where did you get it from?
You go first, Sean.
I was gonna tell you to go first because I don't know. I guess from my family, I don't pay attention. I mean, growing up watching this movie shit, I already know that's movie shit. Like, I don't care about that shit. I get it from my family. I know how my family do, and we all right. We all right over here. So get the depiction, people getting a depiction from other sources. Y'all read about the wrong shit. They is acting. They is acting. They being paid. They don't even know each other like that. Like, I don't know. I don't even really get the question for real.
Honestly, I would say like in my life personally, I would say I never really had like an example of like black love. Like I've always had like examples of like black independence. Like I've seen like a mother that will go out of her way to raise certain kids, or like a father that goes out his way to like fund the family. But I've hardly ever seen like an actual like positive black love up close. Like, but it's like at the same time, I do know what love is supposed to be, and it's like with black love, it's more of just like having to face different adversities coming up, and it's just like things were harder for you coming up than the next couple. Like you having to raise your kids to not be so aggressive, to if they get pulled over to not act a certain way, because like certain things that the next family, like even the little Albanian family down the street, not going to understand. It's not just the white people. It's just it's other races. Is that it's just stuff that they're just not going to understand. Challenges that's only presented to us. But it's like I never really had like a like real life set example of black love, because love growing up was different than love now. Like back then, a lot of us didn't know, but cheating was a lot more common than we realized growing up. Like with our grandparents and stuff like that. But only difference is our grandfathers still paid the bills after they cheated. That's the difference between that generation and this generation. It's just like that cheating stuff was still around. It's just men took more care of this stuff afterwards. They paid for their whole family, so it was different. Things was cheaper back then too.
Yep. Yeah, I guess my depiction came from home as well. A little bit different than I guess your average person's. Like for instance, my I grew up in a stepmother family, so I had my real moms, and my real moms passed away. And then like later on down the line, my dad met my stepmom, and we kind of had a put together family in that way. And so it was a unique experience. Um, I'll say I got a pretty good idea of what black love is from that, based off the fact that they just found a way to provide and collaborate together to get to the point that they at now, which is pretty dope to see. So yeah. Speaking of cheating though, because you mentioned like that cheating was a lot more common back then, and nowadays people like to essentially glorify toxicity and talk about how like they cheating on this person, or they sneaking behind somebody else's woman's back, or cheating on, like just essentially glorifying cheating.
Yeah.
Should people be more aware of the impact that cheating has on people? I asked that because we just had an incident where a woman like ran through traffic at 100-something miles per hour.
120 plus miles
Yep,
per hour.
and killed, what, 6 or 7 people?
6 people, and she survived.
Yeah,
Now has
and
life
it was
in prison.
essentially all because of something that a man did to her or whatever. So should people be more aware of the impact that cheating can have on somebody's psyche?
I think they should. I mean, I can see both sides, yes and no, because the simple answer would be, if you going to cheat, if it's because you really don't like them anymore, just leave the relationship. Like, why even do that? But I can't really blame people doing some crazy shit because somebody cheated. Like, they their own person. You know not to go do no crazy. You know not to get in the car and drive 100 miles an hour through, ride and roll over people, whatever. So can you blame him? In my book, no. She's an adult, so I'm not gonna blame cheating because of that. But I can see both sides, because if you do somebody dirty, they might just be so in their head that they just go snap.
Yeah,
I can see that side too.
Yeah, because I think about it. Also, throughout the week, I saw another one where a man was cheated on by his woman or wife or
He
whoever,
killed the kids,
and he killed himself and the kids.
Yeah, I seen that one.
So it's like, it's just people. The impact that cheating can really have on people is crazy. So, essentially, just wondering like, should we be more aware of what it does to people? What do you think?
I think like one, cheating is a selfish act. It's hard to find a way to cheat. Like you can kind of say that you may think about that other person for a second, but there's no way you would think about that person the whole time because there's so many steps you can take to like fully cheat. There's so many steps, whether it's like you texting the person, you planning to link with the person, you going to link with the person. Like you had so many times that you could have stopped, like to the point where if you were really thinking about that other person and how they would take it, then you would have stopped. Because like I said, you had so many chances to fully stop yourself. So it's kind of like a half-ass I thought about you. It's like somebody goes out there, like goes to a restaurant to buy food. Once they leave in the parking lot, they like, oh yeah, I thought about you, like if you ate, but they didn't think about you enough to like, oh all right, well let me get you something while I'm out.
That's a good ass analogy though.
Like it's like you thought about me once you was leaving, but you not enough to like take action based on me. Mm-hmm. So it's like
that's a good ass analogy. I ain't never thought about it. Like, say that again.
Run that one back.
Run that one back.
Like the whole cheating, like you thinking about me when it comes to cheating. That's like if you go to get some food from Chick-fil-A, and it's like once you pulling off, like you think about me, like like maybe he didn't eat, but it's like you're not willing to go back and go get my food now. So it's like you're not taking action based off of your thought of me. It's kind of like, you thought of me, but you just brushing it past.
Yeah, that was good.
So it's like, you can say that you taking into accountability, but when it comes to taking into like account how it affects people, that becomes to as far as like afterwards. Because every time you cheat, it may not be with somebody you want a relationship with. It may be somebody you wanted something physical. But now, just because your girl hurt, or you're like, even if it's you hurt, you can't downplay her hurtness because like, even to you, you never loved the girl you cheated with. You was never going to leave your girl for her, but your girl doesn't know that.
Yep.
So it's like, you can't just make her feel like, you doing too much, I was never going to leave, because it's like, honestly, that's worse than you physically cheating, because now it's like, you like cheating is way deeper than me than that physical shit. Like the physical shit, that's the light part of it, but the mental side of it, that's the part that really will eat you up at the end of the day.
Yep. Yeah. I think people definitely need to be much, much, much more aware of the impact of cheating, because like the thing is, like, and again, like you said, it's not really the physical, it's more the mental and just the emotional connection that you make and have with people. That shit can drive people off a ledge, for lack of better words.
Just thinking about how, like, I don't know. I know, like, I'm not going to ever say all women, but I know most of the time for a woman to feel comfortable with you, she has to like you in some form or way.
Yep.
Men are different. Men, we, like, it's kind of like we fuck for sport. Like, not saying, like, it is, like, it makes it better, but we don't have to have no feelings involved. 9 times out of 10, like, even if the woman is lusting for that man, she has to like him in some form of way. Because women don't really like, typical women don't like pretty boys. Like, they don't like the pretty boy nigga, like the Zayn from One Direction type, like the Hollister model types. Like, they don't go for that.
Yeah. So I'd say that people just need to stop glorifying it. If you're gonna do it, like, don't do it. Like if you just leave the person that you're with, even though that's gonna impact somebody the same, like emotionally as well. At least you can, remove yourself from a situation with a clear conscience.
But one thing I will say is a lot of people be fake cheaters. Like, I feel as though when you're somebody that cheats, it's not cheating to you because you don't attach to people enough to the point where you see yourself as dating people exclusively. people who want multiple, that's just them. That's just their lifestyle. They're not planning the long term. But it's like a lot of people nowadays, they cheat because they've been cheated on. So it's like a hurt thing. It's like you're trying to make somebody feel how you felt at one point. The whole time that isn't what you want to do. That isn't even you. So it's like a lot of these people that be cheaters, city girls and stuff like that, like they just hurt and just don't know how to heal, don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. So long story short, man, leave people before. Don't cheat. Obviously, people cheat because they don't plan on getting caught.
Hey, but if you leave, hey, you better stay there because it's like once you gone, it ain't no. That's not what we saying. Don't get comfortable like over you wanted to test that body out, so you leave and then try like if you gonna make that choice,
that's
you
fucking
better
cheating too. Essentially,
you better be confident in it. Like you better be confident.
Yeah, that's funny as shit because that's essentially cheating too. Fuck that. Does it always have to be somebody's fault when a relationship ends?
No, I mean, because things just end mutually. Y'all just grow apart. Say, like, y'all both work a lot, and y'all don't see each other much, and the time you do spend with each other, that's not enough to keep y'all interested, and y'all just both decide, like, I mean, I just kind of just lost feelings. Like, it ain't like nobody did nothing wrong. It's just lost feelings, so y'all just decide to go your separate ways. I mean, it don't got to be nobody. It's not always somebody's fault.
Yep.
I think as far as it like, I think that a lot of people do want to always label things as somebody's fault as like a way to like dodge what they did. And a lot of people like talk that mature conversation, like they talk that mature talk about what they would do and not do in a relationship. But honestly, a lot of people aren't mature enough to have that hard conversation about when it's time to break up. So most of the time when y'all do break up, it's been like when y'all relationship has already been rocky for like 2-3 months. Yep. And then this last argument has just been your breaking point. Like, you know what? Like, there's one day you just argue and you just like, you know what? I've been unhappy for months. I just don't want to do it no more. Yep. When whole time the relationship ended like really months ago. But now this last instance is what just caused y'all to stop talking again. So now like y'all relationship may have been over, but now this one time when y'all leaving the restaurant and you don't hold the door open for her, that just might be the final argument. So now to you as her tripping was what ended the relationship. And to her, it's just you not treating her the same. But the whole time, like we've had problems before that. But a lot of people don't be mature enough to have them conversations.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think along the lines, well, first, I guess people tend to cheat when they were already done with the relationship. I mean, you got some people that just feel like they sneaky and they can test the waters or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, when people start going out and they start cheating and doing things like that, they were already done with the relationship and they just never spoke on it. Also, the fact that typically when people start looking for stuff to find, they already see the signs of a relationship falling apart. So instead of having a conversation about that relationship and why it's going the way it's going, or trying to end it before things get too bad, or they just wait for something to happen and they wait for somebody to make a mistake and they can point the finger and say, this is the reason why, or this is the reason why. When 9 times out of 10, especially when you got long tenured relationships, when it's years down the line, y'all just stop finding new ways to love each other or stop finding new ways to care about each other or make each other feel good, because it don't always have to be, cheating. It can be sex ain't really as good as it was. We need to spice it up. It could be, we not dating each other enough. Like that spark that people talk about when they've been in relationships for 20 years could just be gone. And a lot of times people like to wait for something to happen or essentially hope for something to happen or watch something happen and point the finger at that, when in reality things been going downhill. Anything?
They just need that one instance like to confirm it. Like it's been like I've been thinking about leaving, but now that you did this, it's a confidence thing. Like if you leave, like you might be like 80% sure that you want to leave me, but that 20% you're not sure is just gonna, like, it's a life-changing decision. So people try to make that decision when they're feeling the most confident. which can be a bittersweet thing because then when them emotions gone and now you thinking logically, you like, oh shit, well maybe that wasn't worth leaving over. But my whole thing about life and all that is just be confident in any choice that you make.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like love is always an option. Like I understand that in a relationship you're not supposed to just give up. You're supposed to work through things, but there's always an option. Like I don't ever want you to feel like you're stuck somewhere because eventually you're not going to feel like you're stuck no more. And it's just then you're going to really leave. Then you're going to end up leaving, but then you're going to be like, damn, well, I should have left 8 years ago. So now you leaving with that mindset of I got to make up for lost time. So now you rushing to go do this and rushing to go do that because you felt like you should have did this 5-6 years ago. So now it's just like, it just makes it worse.
Yep. But I don't know, man. We still talking about if it's anybody's fault. No, man. It don't always gotta be. I mean, there is times where it's people's fault. Like somebody do somebody else wrong, and then one person completely innocent, one person
But then
completely
even
guilty.
then, it's like what led. Like people also don't want to be having mature enough comment. Like what led that person to do that wrong? Because everybody isn't a cheater. Like everybody isn't that way. Some people cheat when they're unhappy, which is wrong because it's like you should be able to communicate when you're unhappy.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you have to really acknowledge like what did you do to cause that person to need somebody else? Like the way I look at it, if I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do and you reach out to somebody else, that's just you being selfish. I'm never going to beat myself up for that. But if I'm lacking giving you the love that you need, then that's my fault. It's just like you're wrong for how you communicated it, but that's my fault at the end of the day. Because if we're in a relationship, love is not about like how I think that you should take it. It's not about like, oh, all right, well, I bring you flowers every Monday, so you should be happy. It's not about how I think. It's about how you take it. Mm-hmm. It's like, because now you might be like, oh, all right, well, I grab the same roses every Monday, so now you're not even really thinking no more. It's more of like a muscle memory thing. Like, you might be like, oh, all right, well, get roses this week, get tulips the next week, get orchids, because now you showing the thought in it. And it's like a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people like, oh, all right, well, I'm getting you flowers, so what you complaining for?
Yep.
So it's like,
Whatever.
real shit. Like you gotta really like sometimes a lot of people don't be as tough on that stuff as they really gotta be, and that's why like a lot of people they grow up with problems that they had for years because they never really wanted to admit that they had a problem.
Literally, that's facts. Let me see what else we got. Relationship deal breakers. What is a deal breaker in a relationship for you, Sean?
If you cheat on me with somebody close to me.
So somebody can cheat on you and it's cool, but close, that's the one.
No, I ain't saying that's cool. I'm just saying the absolute deal breaker is if they close to me.
Uh-huh.
Then then I gotta cut 2 people off. I mean, I gotta kill 2 people.
Yeah, shit, hey, don't say that on camera. Hey,
don't throw me in.
You ought to say that. You just left proof for the rest of your life.
And added us as witnesses.
Yeah.
Joke. Anyways.
But
yeah.
My deal breakers, I would have 2. My deal breakers, well, the first one would be just somebody who can't think for themselves. Like, that's an automatic turn off. Like, that's... Like, with me, like, I don't like dating women that, like, every time me and you go through something, you have to run to your friends about it. Because it's like, one, you're going to always forgive me faster than your friends are going to forgive me. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if you run to your friends every time something goes bad, you're not going to run to your friends every time something goes good. Because us having a good day is supposed to be normal. So... if like you may not have ran to your home girl Monday through Saturday, but you ran to her every Sunday. So all your homegirl was going to remember is them Sundays, them constant Sundays when you're mad. So to her now you have a bad relationship, and it's like the way she wants your best interest. So it's like she's never going to have the the full view of the relationship. Because like when you and your man are on bad terms, women will tend to give like the full detail about the whole situation, say everything that happened. But if you and your man on good terms, you're not really going to like go too much into detail. Like, oh yeah, we went on a date. You'll say we went out here, but you're not going to be like, oh yeah, well, he held the door open for me and he held my chair open. He slid it in. But yet you do something wrong. You do something wrong. You're gonna say everything like, oh yeah, we walked to the car. He didn't hold my door when we got in. He ain't say nothing the whole ride home. Like that's just the way it goes. Like that. And my second deal breaker is like we have to have the ability to work through our problems. Every couple goes through shit, and that's just a normal relationship. But if I can't trust that me and you are gonna get through this, like smartly, then it's like it doesn't go nowhere because it's like that's life. Like life, being an adult is all about like inconveniences and how you respond to them. And it's like I can't be with somebody that every time I mess up, I got to worry about if I tell you that you're gonna do the most because I messed up. Like then it's like, even though it's not right, it gives me a fear of letting you know, which is not right because whether I do wrong or not, whether you going to leave me because I did wrong or whether you just going to be mad at me for a day, it's not right for me to hide it from you. But at the same time, you got to make your partner feel comfortable communicating with you.
Mm-hmm. My relationship deal breakers, I guess the first one would be combativeness. And I've talked about this, I think, a few episodes ago, where it's just like, yo, why do we got to argue about everything? Like, why does everything need to be an argument? Why does everything need to be a debate? Sometimes you can just go with the flow. Sometimes I can just go with the flow, but it don't always have to be an argument. That is extremely frustrating, and I can't really date somebody like that. To each its own, but it can't be me. My other deal breaker would probably be somebody that's just not cleanly, like just not just dirty, bro.
On some non-sexist stuff, as a woman, you should never be dirty. Like as a woman, you should always smell good. Hygiene is just should be natural for you.
See, but I ain't even talking about on the hygiene end of it. Like, cause we're at the age where most girls know how to keep themselves clean. But like, if I walk in your crib and your joint is junky, like what?
Yeah, no, I feel you on
that. It
depends. Like, cause me, and it's like me, I'm a real big like fashion guy. So if you come into my room, it may be clothes and stuff everywhere, but you're not gonna find like a burger wrapper under the bed, and then it's like half-eaten cookies. Like you're not gonna find food and stuff everywhere. But if you catch me at the wrong moments, you definitely might find like clothes everywhere.
No, absolutely. Unorganized versus dirty are two very different things. And I don't need the crib to be spotless, but I just don't want it to be dirty.
Like you got company. You should have like a certain standard.
Like imagine you walk in a chick crib, you feel me, and then like she shut the door behind her and you hear all the trash fall off the door.
Yeah, like you knew I was coming here at this point. Like you knew.
Like it's stuff like that. Like that's the issue for me.
Like we've all been them young men before when a female tell you she was coming over and you clean your room for like 2 hours before she gets there. Facts. Like clean your room like you've never cleaned it before.
Your people's be like, what the fuck you got going on?
Yeah, like like people surprised your room so clean. Like you can literally eat off like you vacuum the carpet type clean. Like
nigga, broom the carpet.
Yeah, like all types of
Nah, that's facts. But yeah, so those will probably be my two deal breakers for sure. I've got some other ones, some petty stuff, like shit that I just don't like. Especially if and even if it ain't a relationship. So let's just go back to the dating stage, where it's like, if we go to a restaurant and you're like unnecessarily rude to a waiter, it's a no-go for me.
Yeah. You're just being a bad person. And an ugly laugh, because I'm a funny nigga. And I like, real talk, like, some females laugh is ugly in a cute way. Like, your laugh might be unique. It might be kind of goofy. But if you really got, like, an ugly laugh, I just can't do it. Because then it's like, I like peace. So it's like,
laugh ain't peaceful?
No, like, your laugh, like, you know how some people will make a noise. Like, some people will snort when they laugh. And it's like, sometimes it just be like, all right, that was kind of cute. But some people would just be like, yo, that's kind of cringy. Like, it's not, don't get me wrong. It's not nothing wrong with you. It's just not for me. That's the other way I look at it. Like,
that's facts.
It's just not for me.
That's like, I've got a weird one. and I kind of depict whether somebody's a good person or not from this. If we go to the grocery store, or we go to Target, or we go to anywhere, a department store with a cart, and we leave the market, right? If I don't have the cart and you have the cart and you don't take the cart back to the little cart thingy, it's clipped, bro.
Yo, over the cart.
Like that is just a depiction of whether you're a good human being or not.
But what if like with me, like I won't like just leave it in the so it just rolls. Like I like put it up on the sidewalk so it ain't gonna roll no more. Like
back to the caddy.
Like
because that's just making somebody that hates that. Most people don't like that job.
I used to be a cart pusher. I used to be, but I know where they coming from. So it's like I should get a pass for that. I used to be a cart pusher.
So you don't get a pass for.
I used to work there. Like I know how hard it was.
But you know, and you still
but sometimes, keep it a buck. Like we done been to like the mall on a Saturday where you park all the way.
Bro,
you not walking that cart.
I take my cart back every time.
I mean, like even at the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you're not walking that cart.
My cart's going back.
That golden, y'all ain't been to that Golden Ring Walmart. Then that Golden Ring Walmart, that's a combat zone right there.
That cart in the correct thing every time.
That shit might end up in the Sam's Club barrel. I swear, like
see, but that's cool though. Still, even if it ain't in the right barrel, it's in a barrel. Like, cause niggas like you'll go to a market or something and like you want to park right there, but they got carts and shit in there. Like, just just take your cart back. So like, I've never ran into this to this point, but for sure, if I ever ran into a girl that don't put her cart back, it's a clip.
No, one thing about me, like with women, like as a deal breaker, like with me, it is like a hygiene thing, cause it's like with me. I'll take into accountability like a woman's hygiene, like before she even has to. Like if you coming over my house, for example, for a woman, I will get you some flushable wipes. Cause like if you using the bathroom and stuff, I want you to feel like you're fresh down there. I don't want you to just feel like, oh, well, I went to the bathroom, so I might be a little like, yeah, for real. Now, I want you to feel as confident about your body as, because it's like, for you to give me some confident pussy, you got to be confident about how that pussy is. Like, real talk. Like, you got to be confident about the status of it. So it's like, I don't play like that hygiene shit.
No flushable wipes in my house.
Yeah. Funny as shit. Like, nah, real shit. Like, I don't play that hygiene shit when it comes to women.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good thing to think about.
Like, I ain't saying you gotta come around smelling like perfume every time, but your lotion should have like a little scent to it or something. Like, you got even the regular lotion, how it's mixed with the cocoa butter, like, you supposed to smell like something. Like,
that's fair. I mean, I don't think that anybody likes bad hygiene. You don't have to smell. See, for me, I'm more along the lines of like, you don't have to smell good. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I like when you smell good, but you ain't got to smell good. Just don't smell fucking bad.
For me, it ain't no excuse for a woman to not have clean hands and nails.
Well, I mean, what the fuck is she, a car mechanic?
Exactly. I know, but you see some girls out in public, that shit be fucked. I'm like,
that's my pet peeve. Like the nail where it's only like a little bit of polish, and that's my pet peeve.
I don't be paying that shit.
Even take it all off, or like that's one of my like. It's cringy to me. Like it makes.
I don't ever pay that shit no mind. I ain't gonna lie.
So you see a girl with you never notice when she got the little spider nail polish still there?
I'm big into
looking like she 12.
I'm big into like details. Like details.
What if the nail broke off earlier that day though? Like.
But that's different. Like the nail breaking off and the paint being chipped like that, that's different. The nail breaking off can happen, but that chipping, that ain't going to just happen in one day. Like it ain't going to happen.
So she got to buff her nails, got to be pristine every time.
It ain't that. It's just either they're all the way on or all the way off. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. It don't really do nothing for me.
Double cupped up.
Right.
On top of the fact that like. It's kind of a broad statement, but a good bit of the women that I deal with are in like a field where they can't have their nails done, so they don't.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, some women they can't, but their nails are still kept to like like I said.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they don't be painted though.
Like I said, they're either all done or they're all not. But it's like just being like. Just being in the middle of it is just gonna be like yo, make up your mind. Like
that's an interesting one. That's something I never thought about. I mean.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not one of them. We're grown. Your nails don't have to be done. You know. Don't get me wrong. Now, your feet gotta be done. Like your feet. I'm already not a big feet guy.
Yeah,
but
I don't like feet.
Them white
But
toes,
they gotta look nice.
Them white, yeah, they gotta
I
look
don't care. I
nice.
don't care if you got color on it. I'm just saying it gotta get them clipped or whatever. Keep them looking.
No,
nice.
but I need a color on it. Like your feet gotta be. Yeah, like I feel like it gotta be like something done to them, make them more feminine and just like.
Yeah, that's another one where I don't really care.
Nah,
Like I don't. It don't mean nothing to me. Like I don't need the whole shebang with the nails and feet. That shit expensive, one. And
No,
then
but you could paint them yourself. I ain't saying she got to get them done, but like her feet, like your feet just gotta be like, you got to do something to them to make them look feminine. To be honest, I don't remember the last time I saw a pair of female feet that weren't done. Like I'm just like not even like trying to exaggerate for this topic. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember the last time I saw a female's foot that wasn't done like that.
I imagine if their feet ain't done, you ain't gonna see them. That's typically how women are.
But I'm saying, but even if you in like a relationship with people, like you dealing with people, like you were running to them, like that's like you being a man and you saying you don't see women when you don't have a haircut. If you dealing with somebody, you're gonna see them. Like that's you're not going to just see them for 3 days out of them 2 weeks until your haircut and the fresh again. You're gonna
depend on how dependent you are on that cut.
Hey, real talk. Nigga.
If you dependent on that cut, you ain't seeing me. Fuck that.
Yo, that's like real shit.
She fuck around, walk right past your ass in the mall if you ain't got a cut.
Yeah, real
if you
shit.
needed that bad, shit.
Real shit.
Better get one every other day.
Like I don't know, my deal breakers it's more mental stuff than physical stuff. It's like mindsets and shit like that. Like physical stuff, it changes. The way you dress is going to change. Like all that stuff changed. But like your mindset,
yeah,
it's not guaranteed to change.
That's facts. Because I just genuinely like. There's a couple things I like. One, I like people that can speak properly. And I like women that are nice, bro. I like nice
submissiveness. I like submissive
Well,
women.
not even only submissive. I just like nice people. Like I like nice women. I don't like women that walk around with attitudes all the time.
But don't get me wrong, I do want you to have kind of like an attitude, like, cause like niggas, like you said earlier with the complimenting you thing, don't be getting all rosy and blushing and shit. Like I like my chick with a little gangster to a little bit, cause like keep it a buck, like. We've all known them females that weren't mean enough. Like them females where it's like a guy might touch them and instead of them like spazzing and like setting the tone, they joke a little bit and be like, and they'll move away. And then the niggas just keep trying it because you never set that tone. And there's been them females where it's like you touch them and they start spazzing to the point where you scared now. Like you like, oh baby, calm down. Like it wasn't even that deep. Like they ready to throw hands with you at that point. I need my chick like a little in the middle of that, cause like don't be calling me now like you ready for me to pull up and come fight this nigga cause he looked at you the wrong way and shit. Like don't be doing it too much, but at the same time, yeah,
keep me away from them shorties. Like
remember
yo in the 7-Eleven?
Yo,
like
yeah.
that wasn't even that was hardly a female when we was in 7-Eleven the other day.
Yo, yeah, like but just don't be doing it
that
too
was
much.
crazy. Yo, she
like,
had fronts.
Like you leave in the grocery store, like if a nigga tell you look good, that's one thing. But if he all like, can I put your groceries in the car? Like don't be going too far with it. Like
that chick was a bona fide gangster. Bro.
Yo, what fronts? Like gangster. Yo, she was a nigga. Dummy, like fronts. Like
that was crazy. That shit was very unattractive. She probably was cool as shit as a homeboy though.
Yeah, real shit. Like,
but she was not like she was not
like
big
sister
lesbian.
Like big sister, she'd have held you down. Like
she seemed to be feminine, just real hood. Like
no, you just got to be an alpha, like a real alpha for that for her. Like,
y'all got anything else? Anything else?
Man, I could go on for days, but we couldn't conclude this episode.
On that note, this will be the end of this episode of the Cuzzie's podcast. My name is Want More Ibn Moore, whichever one you want to call me. To my right, that's Sean with a C. C stand for COVID. He always pulled from 3. To my left,
Kenny G. Follow me on IG, Play Hard Away. Free my man to Lil, he'll be back soon.
Signing out.
My own won't never ask for lending hand. Just stick to the plan. That bag, I bring it in. Just stick to the plan. That bag, I bring it in. Just stick to the plan. That bag, I bring it in. Niggas know my style, you know I'm solid. Used to want them brand new phone posses, couldn't buy it. Love it how she talking when she suck me, shit be fire. I ain't even slept in 48 hours. Told that bitch I'm tired. Asked me where I'm from, I told her ass home of the wire.